Ashley Landis, staff photographer Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones points to a friend on the sideline before an NFL football game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions on Sunday, September 30, 2018. Edit. Ashley Landis, The Dallas Morning News, Scottsdale, Arizona. The Cowboys rave about DeMarcus Lawrence and consider him crucial to the team's defensive identity and success. The Pro Bowl defensive end wants to return. Since both sides want the relationship to continue, since the Cowboys have been known to splurge to keep their own, why isn't a new deal in place? Should alarms sound as April nears without a resolution? This is a test of the club's emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. For now. Jerry Jones acknowledged potential issues going forward, such as Lawrence's decision to delay shoulder surgery until a contract is signed. But the owner stressed to an anxious Cowboys nation that they shouldn't read too much into the impasse at this stage. The delay has to do with the lucrative and complex nature of the impending contract and isn't the result of either side refusing to proceed in good faith. We all understand that in a negotiation, both parties can really want to get it done, but they've just got to go into the area where they have some disagreements. Usually it's about the amount of money or the time you're talking about, issues like that, Jones said Monday afternoon at the NFL annual meeting. You can have times when you feel real good, feel like you're making progress, and you can have times when you don't feel as good. This isn't in any way unique to DeMarcus. The parameters of a deal have been established. Defensive end Trey Flowers signed a 5-year, $90 million deal with Detroit in free agency with guarantees of $56 million. Flowers isn't as good as Lawrence. Khalil Mack's deal of 6 years for $141 million, with guarantees of $90 million, is the ceiling. The Chicago pass rusher averages $23.5 million. Lawrence should fall in line after that, but how far behind? Von Miller's deal with Denver averages $19.1 million with roughly $70 million in guarantees. If you accept, for negotiating purposes, that Lawrence falls somewhere on the continuum between Miller and Mack, you're still dealing with a difference of $20 million in guarantees. Add the other nuances of these discussions, focus on the other issues that involve give and take, and you get to the last full week in March without a deal. It's a misnomer to call them concerns, Jones said. It's a misnomer to sound frivolous or trivial about it. Every point has to ultimately be agreed to before you can agree to go forward for several years for the kinds of dollars we're talking about right there. This is just not anything I haven't been involved in hundreds of times. Lawrence willingly signed the franchise tag a year ago and took part in the team's off-season program. He has not signed this year's tag of $20.5 million because he wants a long-term deal. He has no intention of taking part in the off-season program and has delayed surgery for a torn left labrum. A 3 to 4 month rehabilitation period exists post-surgery, a time frame that knocks him out of organized team activities and the June minicamp. Sources said even if Lawrence had undergone surgery as soon as the Cowboys were eliminated from the playoffs, the plan was to limit him throughout the team's off-season program and give him days off during training camp as they do other players coming off surgery. No surgery doesn't materially impact the player's preparation for the season at this stage. But at some point it will. What Lawrence considers a negotiating point now will cease to be leverage for him going forward. This is a contract to play football, and the first year is a big one, Jones said. At the kinds of dollars we're talking about, it's just a given that you'd get the full year at top physical condition. That's what you're getting. If you don't get that, it depreciates what you're doing. It works both ways. If none of this assuages your concerns, if you still have a sick feeling this isn't going to end well, Jones would like to remind you that Hall of Fame running back Emmitt Smith once held out. The two are now in business together. The main thing I don't want to be is cavalier, Jones said. This is a significant thing for not only our franchise but DeMarcus' life. It would make anyone be very, very judicious as they are working through the terms of this agreement, so the fact we don't have something done today is not inordinate when you look at the things that are at stake here. It's not an issue now. But those stakes increase the closer both sides get to training camp without a deal. Twitter, @DavidMooreMN